Hey everyone, today we are going to review one of the most trending American family comedy film of 2022. It is, The People We Hate at the Wedding. The film was directed by Claire Scanlon. The story of the film turns around three children, Eloise, Paul, and Alice. Now let's dive into the plot and enjoy watching. Likes and subscriptions are highly appreciated. Let's first of all clarify the backstory. Donna marries Henrique in England during the 1980s. Together, they had a girl, Eloise. From there on, Donna finds him having a romantic affair with the babysitter, and they head out in different directions. In the wake of moving to Indianapolis, Donna chooses to get married to Bill. From the second marriage she had two children, Paul and Alice. Bill, Donna's second spouse, as well as Alice and Paul's dad, has died, a detail that is referenced however never expounded on. Eloise goes to Indianapolis to live with Donna's lovely family for a portion of a year. Notwithstanding, as the kin become older, the threesome beginnings becoming separated. The family bit by bit develops further separated over the long run. Paul is angry with his mother since he thinks Bill, his late dad, wasn't dealt with well by her. Eloise, who's had an alternate childhood from Alice and Paul, has carried on with a lucky life in the UK and as a result has a stressed relationship with her kin. Currently, Eloise, who is very well off because of Henrique's wealth, is wedding Ali and she welcomes her whole more distant family to London. Donna endeavors to reconnect with her kids, after the death of their dad a couple of years earlier, and sees the impending wedding of her most memorable youngster, from a past marriage, as the opportunity. Eloise attempts to repair her relationship with Alice, yet the last option is frustrated in light of the fact that she didn't come to meet her a year prior to, when she had a miscarriage. Donna connects with Paul and Alice, however they don't answer her by any means. Paul feels that following Bill's passing, she continued on extremely rapidly. In spite of her supervisor being married, Alice has been having an illicit relationship with Jonathan, whose wife is pregnant right now, and he continually guarantees her that he'll separate from his significant other on the grounds that they dropped out of adoration. Paul is a gay, who dates Dominic, a completely unexpected individual in comparison to him. Paul is continuously being pushed about issues like polyamorous connections, and he plainly isn't down for exactly the same things his accomplice needs to take part in. Close by their mother, Donna, Alice, and Paul reluctantly choose to go to the pre-marriage ceremony of their rich yet far-off relative Eloise in the wake of getting solicitations. What comes next are long stretches of chuckling entwined with various endearing minutes. What unfurls after the kin travel to Britain? As we have proactively referenced, the whole more distant family decides to head out to London for the impending pre-marriage ceremony. Jonathan illuminates Alice that he undoubtedly will not have the option to go to the function. Eloise's kin are not content with her. They are desirous of her dad's cash, and she has not been in touch routinely. She trusts the wedding will be an open door to restore a family bond. Obviously, not all things go according to plan. Alice becomes a close acquaintance with an excessively charming Dennis Bottoms during her excursion to the open country, and they wind up dozing together. Dominic disturbs Paul by unexpectedly dropping their appointments and moving in with an old man named Olcott. Dominic shocks Paul by dropping their booking at the hotel and on second thought living with a more established man named Olcott. He will probably persuade Paul for a trio with him. This turns out badly and Paul condemns Dominic for never causing him to feel enough. He separates Paul to be with Olcott, who ends up being keen on Paul all things considered. Besides, to investigate things with Olcott, he winds up saying a final farewell to Paul, yet incidentally, Olcott finds Paul appealing. Things are going all around well among Alice and Dennis, until she receives a message from Jonathan which expresses that he will be coming to the wedding. Dennis is frustrated and tells her that she needs a man who causes her to feel terrible. Eloise attempts to retouch her relationship with Alice, however the last option is disheartened in light of the fact that she didn't come to meet her a year prior. In the meantime, Donna has been drawing nearer to Henrique once more and they rest together, yet the last option is as yet laying down with more youthful ladies. Until Alice gets a text from Jonathan showing that he will go to the wedding, Alice and Dennis' relationship is going all around well. On getting the text, Alice endeavors to ease off with Dennis and he communicates his mistake and cautions her, guaranteeing that she needs a shoddy man since she accepts that she is junk and that she merits garbage. Now let's try to answer the following question: what happens at the rehearsal dinner? While Paul continues to scrutinize Henrique, Eloise informs him how Bill was genuinely opposed to him being gay. She goes on to let him know that Donna was the one in particular who chose to battle for his benefit and caution Bill not to cause him to feel awful. After a concise heartfelt reconnection during the lead up to their girl's wedding and individuals we hate at the wedding, Henrique ends up cheating on Donna by and by with a lot more youthful lady at the rehearsal dinner. This repeats his mistake that initially separated their marriage in the first spot, wherein Henrique engaged in extramarital relations with Eloise's babysitter. Paul was against his mother, despite the way that she had been the person who cherished him earnestly. Paul gets infuriated when he catches Henrique having an unsanctioned romance with some other woman and pees on his shoes thereafter. Henrique chases him down, and Paul ends up punching him. Donna explains that since demolishing their first marriage, Henrique has understood that he has always been unable to appropriately supplant the adoration he got from Donna, and on second thought has attempted to make up for the shortfall with material things and incessant flirtations with more youthful ladies, creating a propensity that he can never again break. Alice learns that the person messaging her as Jonathan is actually his spouse, Marissa, who confronts and attacks her during the rehearsal dinner. Donna comes to rescue her kid and bites Marissa. Thereafter, Donna, Alice, and Paul wind up going to prison. Seeing Henrique making out with another lady, Paul gets furious and pees on his boots. Henrique runs after him, and Paul punches him in the face. Alice realizes that the person who had been messaging her as Jonathan was really her better half, Marissa, who starts attacking her. To safeguard her little girl, Donna gets into the conflict and bites her. The three end up in prison together. They receive a message from Eloise, who says that she will stop trying to draw nearer to them in the future as they don't need that. Furthermore, she will not be rescuing them. Dennis ends up rescuing each of the three. Alice tells him that Jonathan has sought legal separation and wants them to be together now. The triplet receives a letter from Eloise while they are imprisoned, illuminating them that she will stop trying to patch things up because they obviously don't wish for it. Moreover, she informs them that she won't assist them with escaping prison. They are ultimately rescued by Dennis. After he drops them, Alice goes on to inform him concerning how Jonathan has recorded a separation and wishes to accompany her. Donna confronts Henrique, who apologizes for destroying her life once more. Yet, she replies that she destroyed his life by being a pleasant person who really focused on her, and he has just been filling the opening in his heart after he messed things up with her. Eloise starts blowing a gasket about her marriage and disappears. Donna, Paul and Alice are leaving the city, however Ollie finds them and asks for help to view as her. They know precisely where she will be, the taco chime. Alice decides to converse with her alone. Eloise apologizes for not gathering her last year. They rejoin, and Alice requests Eloise to come clean with Ollie. Henrique informs Donna that all that she said to him was accurate as she, Alice, and Paul lead Eloise down the aisle during her wedding. Later, Alice informs Dennis that she finished things with Jonathan when they later cross paths on a flight. In the present course of events, Dennis and Alice are formally a couple. Regardless of whether there's no joyfully ever later, the family rejoined toward the story's end. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the film.